Okay, so this is a little more condensed. I like it this way. So same kind of idea as the other side, but we're gonna have a couple of apartment buildings over here too. And these apartment buildings, right? They're kind of back to back. I like it. We're gonna have maybe a couple more. I'm using different designs everywhere, or at least I'm trying to. So how about these little flats here? We could put these kind of over in another neighborhood over on this side even, to have a different building. Maybe even like I'm thinking probably over here, you know, have additional housing over on this side. We don't want it to get too close to the meat industry, but like, you know, it could be a little apartment building like situated over here, just as long as it looks different is really what I'm going for here. We're gonna have these two apartment buildings. I'm gonna extend this to be this side over about like this. So we'll have a walking path eventually being between these two, and we'll figure out where that's going to go in a second. Okay, so each one of these houses, same thing as before. It's got their own individual parking lots, and the furthest possible one away is this one, I think, and that one can now reach into the meat industry without an issue. It can reach over all the way to asphalt without an issue. It can reach all the way to that repair center without an issue. So I think this is pretty good. We should be able to see these guys get to work and to do the things they need to do. As these guys begin to reserve workplaces in these other places, these guys will be like, well, I can't really go to the normal place I'd work because it's full, so I need to travel further. And then we should now see people like over in this neighborhood will now drive all the way out to here. Yeah, not necessarily. They'll drive out here potentially to work in this area here too, which is going to be good. Okay. With this done, we now have our waste being processed 50% faster is what it should be getting processed anyway, 50% faster. And so now we're going to see whether or not this cableway is still adequate to send trash at 50% faster speeds as it's coming in. And then we should also be able to see whether or not this stuff here can keep up at the same time. So to see each one of these little cars that have 4.5 tons on it. So we don't have like a really packed line. That's good. We just take a look at the line, and if you see the cable cars are really close together, then you're sending it at like maximum speed. But so far that seems pretty good. It seems like it's working out. So we have capacity to add more trash, right? As long as this isn't constantly full, we have capacity to add more trash to the system. And then we just need the maximum number of workers in here all the time, which there we go. And maximum in here too. Yeah, so we can now process trash 50% faster. Excellent. Real quick check over here just to see what's happening. Make sure there's no track builders stuck. We can get a train into here now. So trains can access this. We probably won't see the ability to build these tracks until the crossing is done. And look, when you know it, the crossing is done. Isn't that nice? So let's get the signals really quick here. And we're just going to go like this. And then I need to make sure that my track builders, here we go. Come on over here, rail track building. I need you guys to build. Oh, it's these signals here. All right, give me a second. These signals here, right here. So I need you guys temporarily to become mixed signals like that. You know what? This one too. I need you guys to become mixed signals so that my track builders can build these things. So they should auto search this. They already have. They're already on their way to this, but I'm going to mark both of these in so they can build these two. And then with that done, we can get our second rail distribution office set up, redo the signals. I'm going to leave this here. I know it creates a potential problem with the intersections being too close together and everything. But when I electrify it, I'm going to need to get on this side of it anyway. So I'm going to leave it there for now until we can electrify the rest of this. All right, back over here. So helicopters are going to start building the neighborhood. I'm generally okay with that. I think I need to make sure that we get a good, like, solid parking lot over here too for these guys. So I'm going to say we want these two optimized traffic parking lots. And the idea, the hope is anyway, that these cars are encouraged to use this highway to get to their destination. I want them traveling through here, not traveling through here, right? There's enough traffic already on this narrow road. I would like them to not travel this way. And so one of the ways of helping to deter that is keeping this gravel. If I can keep this gravel, And I'm hoping that the cars will be encouraged to take the asphalt road that's going to be taking them all the way to here and then over, adding more traffic that direction. I'm hoping that's what happens. So I'm going to leave this gravel for now, see if I can help that. So big parking lot, and I'm thinking right on this side we're going to go, I think maybe here and here, right next to it, like this. Can't tell whether that's right next to it or not, but we're going to say here is right next to it. It's close enough. Okay. So we want asphalt roads from this neighborhood is going to continue this direction all the way out to this street, which is currently dirt, and it'll be gravel eventually. And then this is going to head out this way, and then we end up with a road there. All right. Then we end up with a 1-lane, that right turn lane idea again. I like it. I'm going to just make it right now. Right there, comes out this way, and then heads over that direction. Okay. So there's our right turn lane too. Excellent. Again, I'm hoping that this will encourage them to just drive straight out this way and then over, because these roads are slower. If they can't reach their destination in that direction, then they'll obviously do this. But I'm kind of hoping that they choose it. So, okay. From this walking paths, we're going to have this come straight down. I think to here is fine. And then over from there. And then this parking lot is going to come over like this. Like this. Yep. And then like that. And then you connect like this, hopefully. Hello. Can you connect like that? Yep. Okay. So that's going to hook everything up to the parking lots. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to leave this as a gravel road. This is going to become gravel anyway. We're going to leave it as gravel there, gravel here as well. And then this is paved. All right. This is going to be paved with our streets. So we'll go ahead and do this with it. Make sure that this is our ones with the light posts nice and fast here. And then I probably should get rid of the roads here to make this an easier job, but I'm not gonna redo it. I think it's fine the way it is. It's okay. All right, let's because it doesn't need to be done right now anyway, right? These houses shouldn't be getting built very fast anyway. It's just laying out the plans for it. In fact, probably what I should do is go into the batch construction right here, suspend batch construction, and just kind of make sure that they're not doing these for now. They don't need them to build these. I need them to build the roads instead. I mean, if that's the case though, whatever, we'll just do it. I guess it's I didn't want to rebuild the roads on this side or any side really, but I guess it's fine. Just double click here and get rid of all these little marks. It will make it a lot more efficient to build the road, right? There we go. One big solid road project. There you go. Okay, I did it. You don't have to yell at me now. Rural Development Office will take care of this stuff. I think we could probably get our other road crews to come on in and assist. There's plenty of roads. There's plenty of roads to build through here too. We're gonna have like the gravel roads and stuff built here too. So definitely want their help doing that if we can. So there we go. That's not it. I mean, we have lots more rural stuff to do here. We're gonna need like a corner store. So I'm thinking maybe the store could be on this corner here. Might work better here. We already have the supermarket, so a corner store here doesn't make any sense. So I'm thinking maybe right here makes more sense. Within walking distance of all this stuff, right? That's probably what it should be. How about right here, next to the parking lot? They can always drive here and park in the parking lot and then walk to the corner store. That's fine. Let's say we could say small shopping center. Probably what we want to do here. Yeah, 150 visitor capacities. That's plenty. Yeah. So we'll go like this with it, I guess. Right here should be fine. Door on the corner, like, yeah, right here should be good. All right, and then we'll have the warehouse behind it like this. Man, I'd like to have like a gas station or something there. Or be able to fit this in this way would be nice. Oh, that'd be much better. Can I do that? Will you accept me? Right here in this position? No? I think I need to rotate again. Ah, there. That's what I want. Stop. Stop the count. Come on. You had it. It was right there. Come on now. Oh. Okay, tell you what. We'll do this, and then we'll get rid of this. There should be enough room. I'm crossing my fingers on it anyway. Put some kind of, like, monument or something here. You know what? We'll just connect it here. That's not a big deal. Fine. Gravel road here once we build that road. Yeah. Once we build this road. All right. Do that, and then I want a monument. Red star, of course. The best one. Put the red star here. There we go. That will affect everybody in this area. Very good. For this side here, I was thinking about putting like a kindergarten because they're going to need that so that they can go to work and stuff. I don't know about the full school. I might put that over here actually. But the kindergarten needs to be within walking distance. So I'm thinking probably we go like maybe this medium-sized one. Put it on the corner right here. Although I still feel like a gas station or something is better suited for that spot. If the kindergarten fits right up against this, what's the difference here? 120 and 180? You know, like, I guess 120 is fine. Oh, come on now. I don't know where to put this. On this side, ideally. Oh, I wonder why it's not letting me hit that there. It says existing infra. Oh, you know what it is? It's this little road right here. Get rid of that. I think we can do it. I'm trying to figure out why it wouldn't let me place it. All right, maybe the bigger one can go here now. If I hit, if I click, yep, it will work right there. Right about there. Good. Kindergarten, medium sized. Now all the people who live in this little area can all have their people go to kindergarten and never have to worry about having a second one. That's gonna be fine. Put you that way, and we'll connect this walking path if possible. There we go. And mark it. Okay. Excellent. I'll probably want to have a small fire department, although I feel like as long as we have enough people working this one, we can totally handle it. So maybe that's not a big deal. A small police department would probably be a good idea, but it's going to have to be this direction so that it's closer to the shops and stuff. So I could probably handle that. A small clinic would be good, although, you know, again, the hospital is right here, and the ambulances and stuff could totally get here. As long as there's enough doctors, we should be fine. We're treating enough patients as is. So I'm thinking maybe not, although over here it's working quite well to have a second clinic. Like, the health of these citizens are actually really good. Last time I checked anyway, they were really good. 66%. Nope, sorry. I'm looking at the health. 78%, 66%, 87%. I don't know what. Wait, is there no worker here? Oh, that's secret police. See? They're even fooling me. This guy here right here. So 82%. Yeah. I think their health is fine. We'll get another clinic in here, though, just because I think it's probably a good idea anyway. So little small clinic, and if it goes back about, yeah, I like right up against the kindergarten is probably okay. Maybe a little bit behind it. Yeah, this is fine. We'll put a little clinic right here. Yeah, right here. All right, good. Now, obviously, we're going to need water and all that stuff in this area, too. I kind of wanted to see how far I was going to go this way before I started placing that stuff. And so it looks like I can get the water to be right there. Hoping to be on that side of the road, but it ain't going to happen. So it's going to have to be right here. All right, so if the water substation is located there, that gets all this area with water. We need the sewage tank to be in a similar position. And we're going to say, it looks like it's going to be right there. Okay. Right there. Turn it around and put it like that. Right. So from there, sewage outflow, we could do a medium one, I think, just for the sake of it, because it's going to also have some stuff over here too that's going to handle. So I can give a medium one. That's fine. Bring that medium one all the way into that spot right there. Or I can add another switch. Might be a good idea. Things are more really spread out over here, so as long as the switch feeds into the other switch, then it's a good idea. So let's see if that actually happens. Have this be a medium to there. It does work. Good. Outstanding. All right. In that case, I can do a small one then from here to here. It doesn't need to be big if it's going to cover, you know, if we have an extra switch now, it doesn't need to be big. So, all right. Excellent. So that's going to route water. We need to route water, though, don't we? So the pipes for water are coming in from all this infrastructure here, directly out of the water tower. I could go that way, but I feel like I want to switch now. Water switch up this way. If as long as it, again, connects with pressure, and I don't have the confirmation that it does. Not yet anyway, but I'm going to place it right here. We'll see. Right there. This does not need to be paved. So we'll have this be a dirt one. And then I want the pipe. It can be a small water pipe. This one here should be a big one just to do it. But this one here can be a small one. Yeah. We'll go from this side and we'll pop it right there like that. There we go. Okay. That connects water and sewage. Good. For heat's a little trickier because that's really far away, right, from the heating plant. But remember, there's not a lot of people who have to get heated here. There's not a lot of people to provide heat to here. So if I was to make the pipes go all the way over here to this side, I wouldn't need to have a large heat exchanger. I think I'd be fine with a small one. Because again, there's not that many buildings to provide for. But since I am planning on expanding in this direction, I'm going to do a bigger heat exchange anyway, because I also have the bigger pipes and stuff that I can access. But I want it to be as close to the heating plant as possible. So I need it to be right about there, right there. Yeah, right there. 380. That's where it's got to be, right there. All right. That's going to provide heat to all this zone if I can hook it up to pipes. So we want the 300 cubic meter pipes, and we're going to have it go out of, I think, this one here. We can have it rounded. I think there's really no reason to keep it neat and clean against this pipe, because it's just going to add extra distance. But if it can reach by doing this, then I'll do it. If it can reach. Can it reach? It can. Perfect. Okay, so since it can reach, we can go a little bit further, I suppose. And then underneath this. And then right along this water pipe. The sewage pipe, whatever that is. Yeah, sewage pipe. And then into there. Nope. Out and then in. There we go. All right. So additional heating capacity on this side of Zernovsky as we develop our rural city even more than we were before. Okay? I think that's all I can really do until they actually build the things, right? I need to have the train office done. The rails are done for this, which is fantastic. We could go in and redo the signals. I honestly, I think it's probably worth it just to kind of remove the complexity of it later. And so I don't have to buy any more diesel trains. I think it's probably worth taking this little stretch here and electrifying it from here all through here. Just electrify this right now, and then we don't have to deal with it anymore. We don't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna electrify from here and this, and I'm gonna electrify this segment here, and let's do that segment. And how about we just do it all the way out to steel? Just do it right now, all the way out to steel. Just electrify all of this. Only this part, though. All right? Just to keep it to where trains don't have to come in here to do it later. And then we can electrify it. I guess if we do it all the way out to here, it would provide an alternate route for shipping, wouldn't it? Because then the electric trains could get through here. Maybe doing it through here is okay. The only problem with this is, like, this is how we get our coal deliveries. And, like, right now, there's no way to get coal delivered here, which is, you know what? It's fine. Look at it. There's, like, tons of coal. Never mind. This is the whole reason for the redundancy in the system. The whole reason to do it this way is to make it to where we can alter train lines without shutting down the entire network. And that's what we've got going right now. So we're going to have all of this stuff electrified. And that should send the track builders. It should be coming out now to go do that, right? You'll be able to see that it's much faster to electrify lines than it is to lay the tracks. So much faster to electrify the tracks, sorry. We need electrical components to be constantly delivered here now, though. So that is going to be a problem if we don't have a lot in here. We have a lot stored here. So we're going to dip into this supply really fast. Let's have you ignore signals for now. Yep. Let's have you ignore the signal, please. Get going where you need to go. All the track builders, just go where you need to go. Ignore. I want you to get out of here. Get out of this whole high traffic area so that you can stop disrupting things. Yep, all the way out that way. There we go. Okay. They're spread out enough to where they're not going to disrupt everything anymore. Yep, right there. Go. And then you should be able to head out where you need to go from right now. Yep. Okay, so let's take a look at what does it take to electrify train tracks, right? So I want to show you the speed of it because it's going to be very fast to do. It's kind of dark. Look, it's going to become light time now. Perfect. All right, so you see how fast we lay tracks normally laying tracks, right? So this is the speed in which we're electrifying. And that's actually much slower than it should be. So we probably have very little people working in our rail construction office right now. Yeah, 39. So we need a lot more people working here to make this faster. I'm going to temporarily tell everyone who comes into the cableway station to work here. Temporarily, we're going to do that. In fact, I think I'll do it for the bus stop too. Everybody who works in those two locations will now all go to work here. We should see the speed of construction on these rails gets greatly sped up, and we have probably all of this stuff will be electrified really, really quickly. So as you can see, much, much faster. And then I'll just tell them to go back home so they can start again. But with 109 people in here, look how fast they lay the electrification on the line, right? It's a lot faster. And they won't do just a single segment. They'll bring supplies and then they'll just continue on to the next segment, which is always really good too. Have you ignore this light here. Want you to ignore the light as well. Please get in here. Okay, yeah, 208 workers now. Fantastic. Everything's just getting electrified really, really quickly. They just keep right on going. Beautiful. I love it. Just keep right on going. Yeah, and then get you out of the way. And then you can come in and continue electrifying in that direction. Look at that. Oh yeah, way faster. So once this is all done with electrification, I think I think you can actually, this is the pass-through, isn't it? If I remember correctly, this distribution office, we can pass through this. They'll you know, the trains will go through it. So this could serve as a pass-through to get into the other side, if nothing else, just to allow our distribution office to head this way, because there's going to be industry this way for them, and we might be able to like have them come this way, pick up the nuclear stuff, and then send it somewhere else. So probably want to have that with the design that it's really the only trains using it are trains that are involved with this office, pretty much. You're going all the way into steel. There you go. Get out of here. Goodbye. And I think obviously now, okay, so there's another factor about electrification, right? You need to provide electricity to the line. So even though this line is electrified, it doesn't work as an electrified line because there's no electricity being provided to it. Okay? So that's still a thing we have to consider, is where is it going to get its electricity? Where are we going to do that? And I'm thinking I'm going to provide that electricity in a location that is really low traffic. And I was considering doing it, sorry, over here in this area. So we don't need technically this rail operational, right? This is just an extra path, right? The trains that pull in here to drop passengers off, they could go back the other direction. Oh, I removed the crossing, so I guess they can't. Yeah, I removed the crossing. Okay, so I need to do it in a place where we have no traffic. So one place to do it would be in here. right? I could tear down this track here temporarily and add electrification to it. I could do it over here because basically nobody's using this yet, so I could add electrification here. And as long as I'm providing electricity on the line in general, everything will start working as an electrified for trains. So I need to do that. It probably would have been a good idea, actually, to maybe just put it on the new track that I was building earlier. I could also put it right here. This would still connect to the rest of this grid here. So if I was to place it, you know, right here, say railroad electric connection right here, I could connect it to power and then it would just send it that way. I could even have 2 or 3 of these things and then just have the high voltage lines that are coming from this side and have it bring that power over here. It's not a bad idea. Certainly not something that is being used right now. So I could add electrification to the line over on this side. Since we're starting to electrify on this side anyway, it would just kind of continue on its merry way that way. We don't have a whole lot being used. It needs to be somewhere where high voltage is being, you know, originating or so. We could do it over here too. This train's not built yet. This track's not built yet all the way. So if I was to put it, let's say, right over like this, it'd be an okay spot to put it, I think. Have to get it to where it lets me build it here. So something like this would be okay. If you let me do it. Hold on. Let's level terrain from the center. There we go. Just kind of do something like this. And let me see whether you're going to allow me to... Yeah, you will. All right. So we can put it on this side too. Right here. Electric connection. Something like this would be okay, I think. And then we just connect it there and there, right? So now as we electrify this side, it will get its electrical supply from the ports here. And this is really close to the power plant, so that's a really easy thing to connect to. All we need to do is get a transformer right over here. So, like, I guess on this side. Wow. There's a lot of... it's the cableway. Yeah, this cableway's getting in the way. We'll just put it right here. It's fine. All right, and then we could say that our high voltage from here, we don't need a whole lot. Let's just do like a 6. We can connect a 6 like that. It doesn't really need a 6. Probably could get away with a 4, but whatever. It's the really small distance. And then from here, we'll just do a 235 and connect it to... Oh, I can't go underneath the cableway, of course. You know what? Screw it. We have a lot of connection points, and there's only one purpose for this, so we're going underground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Piece of cake. And then that will provide... it should be about 1.5-ish for each one of those, so that's the full 6. That's our 6 megawatts. Just going to be pumped directly into this line, and then as we electrify this track, which is a really low traffic track, so we'll start electrifying that first, so that we can get it out to this way, and eventually we are going to need to electrify little segments. So we'll shut down individual segments. We'll have the track builders come in, electrify it really quick, etc. While that's happening, these trains all have an alternative route to get around where they need to go. Even if it's just wrapping around this, they have an alternative route. So we're not shutting down their exclusive path. They do have a path to get there. That's the design. It's meant to allow them to do that. Mechanical components? You're only loading 16 tons. I just need you to load more. There's so much here. I need you to come in and load more. You know? Is it a lack of boxcars, or are you just... I don't think it's that. I think you're just being told... I don't think you're being told to bring enough of them. So 80% mechanical components. What is 80% on mechanical components, right? Like it's only 37 permitted here. We don't have any being delivered here, which is kind of okay, honestly. We're missing chemicals. We're missing oil. We need to do all that stuff here too. So this is done now. It wasn't done before, and it is now. And it looks like the oil pipe is not completed. Oh, I never submitted it. I feel terrible. Damn it. I left it as a plan. What's wrong with me? Okay, oil is going to get done here. Let's go high priority there, and then right here. So these guys will build that. That's fine. We have all these things connected. Walking paths are connected, so all this stuff can be maintained now. This is all one connected bit. You guys like that? Yeah, you wanted it that way. Well, here you go. I hope you enjoy how that's fitting. Do you like how it fits? Now you want me to redo this and have it go straight, right? Too bad. I'm not gonna do it. And then we need the forklifts to be connected to. So forklifts connected there. Forklift connect to here. And what we have for that is pretty simple, right? We just we unload chemicals, right? And we load plastics. That's what you're doing on this last one here. You unload chemicals and load plastics. Go. Now the forklifts should spring to life and bring all the things here. And then the oil is provided by the pipeline. And that is not bad. We have a little bit, right? There's a little bit of extra oil in here. How's our fuel supply? It's been better. Okay. It's being pumped into here as a priority, right? Yep. And then if I head over here, how are we doing on this tank? Super fine. Doing super fine in that tank. Okay, brilliant. I think that's okay. We definitely need to expand oil into this area though. Again, I was going to do it over here, but now I'm thinking of making dedicated plastic. Maybe I should split the supply instead. Have it sent to fuel before plastic. Maybe. Don't know. Track builder's in the way, isn't it? Sure is. And you will need to ignore the red light. And you need to... Oh, that's why. Because you can't go that... Right, you can't go that way. Okay, I need you to get out of the way. Sorry, is what it is. I need you to get out of the way. Can you turn around and go? Can you do it? All right, I need the signals to be changed here. While we're rebuilding this, it needs to be a two-way. And it needs to be mixed in that direction. Yes, and this is going to cause problems. This is going to cause a major issue. So I should have allowed them an exit path here before trying to electrify that. But it looks like you might get out just okay. No, you guys are definitely not going to get out okay. And I can't really... I guess I can return you. Yeah, you're going to keep your supply too when you return. But I think you have to do your whole route again. So it's possible that you will... Well, these things keep the supply in there. This should be, yeah, right here. Mechanical components are in this one. So when you go to deliver mechanical components, you should just grab this boxcar and deliver it where you need to go, right? I hope. But yeah, while we're redoing the tracks here, we're definitely going to have issues. I don't think there's a whole lot I can do about that other than just like cross my fingers and hope that it happens fast. Speaking of which, I just took all the labor away from our food manufacturers for a long time. Not all of it though. There's a lot of people that can just walk here, right? But I did take it away from fabrics. There's barely anybody working there. Yeah, there's not a lot of fabric in here because everybody's working here now. So I do need to accelerate this as best as I can. Get my track builders on the case here. And I think I need you to build this. Yep, build that, please. And then I guess you need to electrify this now, too. And then we're already building that because that's something that the helicopters can do. You're stuck now. That's great because you have nowhere to go. Okay, so the track building process is usually pretty cumbersome and annoying. The electrification process is supposed to be quicker and more straightforward and less of a burden. But the way I did it this time around caused quite a few problems. I've skipped you guys ahead so that you didn't have to deal with the problems, but I wanted to I mean, you saw what they were. I just wanted to let time pass so we could get rid of them. Basically, the reason why it wasn't working very well is because even though this is a perfectly viable track, like trains should be able to use it no problem. They can't because it's technically a pending construction, and I can't cancel the pending construction. I can't cancel the upgrade because the game doesn't allow you to do that. You have to demolish the whole thing, and that requires the track builders to come out here and demolish it anyway. So it's one of those things where once you say, hey, electrify this, you can't take it back. And even though it's a perfectly viable track, they won't use it. So I've zoomed you guys ahead to the point where the track builders have at least done this track only. And now I think it's going to be less of an issue because trains that come into here should now be able to leave on this track, and they can at least get out. But before, they couldn't do that. They couldn't get out because all of this over here is still pending construction, like this is right here. And even though this is a perfectly viable track they should be able to travel on, they can't do that anymore because I've told them to electrify it. And so that was the problem. Ultimately, all these trains end up getting stuck. All of them end up getting confused, and there's nothing I can really do to... there's not enough that I can do to fix it. So we do have other tracks and stuff starting to get built now too, but at least the transportation of goods, materials and such, at least that shouldn't be bogged down anymore because we have this track done, and that allows them to come in from this side and also exit this way, which they couldn't do before. They couldn't exit before. And so now they can. Now all these distribution office trains, they are all coming into this station to get steel, and they're all doing that with a full load of steel already, usually, because when I do Control H, it sends them back to the train distribution office, and it sends them back there with all the resources that they already had, but now they need to do their route again, and they don't adjust themselves to the route. So they're going to come back to get steel and bring it over, even if they already have steel on board. The route is already made for them. So they're kind of wasting fuel and wasting time for a little while, but it is what it is. Okay, so I think this problem has been mostly sorted. We are going to see a lot of these icons for electric, these lightning bolt sort of icons here, right? And all that means is that this is an electrified track that has no electricity, right? It's like I don't have power to this track. That's all it means. So it means that the track is prepared for electric trains, but it doesn't have a power supply. So we are going to be able to send power supply over to this side, and I don't know whether or not I should dip into this supply or not, but I think one doesn't hurt anything. I think if I just do one, it won't matter much. So how about I bring this off of this side, and we'll bring it up to here. We're going to go all the way down like this, really close to this track, maybe to about here, let's say, and then we'll head over. And you know what? We can probably eliminate that little one right there. And then we can head over from there in a straight line to not get in the way of other buildings later, hopefully. And then pop it in right there. That'll provide some electricity to this area. And then as soon as this is built, which it just needs workers right now, and I'm thinking, helicopters are going to do that. So we'll have helicopters hopefully bring workers here. But once this is completed, we will then see all of these go away because they're all part of an electrified line now, and they should all go away. I don't think I need to connect this. I don't believe that's the thing I need to do. I think I can leave it like this. I want to leave it like this. I don't want this to be a full intersection, at least not yet. If we end up doing something over here, then maybe, but for now, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I'm also thinking that this is going to be a tunnel that takes people underneath, or at least it takes trains underneath the river. We're not going to go over the river. We're going to go under it. And I think we're probably going to need a tunnel here that allows us to do that. And so maybe I end up connecting it that way. I don't know. This is far enough away to where it will never be a problem. But yeah. So anyway, that's the plan. We'll need a town over here for sure to help with repairing vehicles on this side. What else did I do? I have those right turn lanes, okay? Those dedicated right turn lanes, right? So I have something in Cernikova that was built this winter. And it allows just a casual bypass. Anyone turning right can bypass. The problem that I saw this winter was that cars were lining up here at this intersection if there's a lot of traffic heading this direction, or if they want to turn left, then there's cars heading this direction and that direction they have to wait for. So what happens is they build up right here, and it was causing enough of a build up to where it was blocking this road, which in turn was stopping cars from leaving this parking lot. So to help alleviate that problem, I've just added this dedicated right turn lane to allow anyone that's turning right to bypass this red light and not have to worry about it, and they can just go. And that so far has taken care of the problem completely. We're doing the same thing over here. I don't know if it's done yet. It is just finished. Yep. So this one over here, same thing. We already built this. It's right here, and it's going to bypass this roundabout because enough cars are turning right here that I wanted to give that alternative as well. So now 3 out of the 4 directions here have dedicated right turn lanes on this roundabout, which is pretty nice. I don't think we need them on this side. There's not enough cars that need to do that to warrant it. I can take a look at it over time, but I don't think there's enough cars that really need that. And so that means every car that basically ends up at this, like, waiting here, every one of them is either going straight or to the left. So if anyone's turning right, they shouldn't even need to worry about this. They'll just bypass it entirely. And that's going to help us, I think, quite a bit in, like, the flow of traffic and everything, how it flows. We'll do the same thing in various other places too. I would like to do it here, but I won't be able to. I can probably do it here, which might be useful over time as we expand this out. We obviously have all that kind of planned over here too, and the tunnel is getting done. It's closer to being done anyway. It just needs workers and maybe a little extra gravel or something brought to it, so that's nice. That's it. I think I've got pretty much everything covered that I wanted to cover in this video. I know I didn't do a whole lot for time lapses here, and that's mostly because I'm running short on time. This is a busy period of time for me in my life, so I'm running short on time myself, and it means there's less time for, you know, putting together all these time lapses and everything. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. What happened here? Why is this? Oh, you made it. Oh, you made it. Okay, don't do that. This is to the sewage switch. They paved it because I did an auto pathing, right? So what I want here, I saw this and thought it was connected. I want you to connect there. Pretty please. And then on this side, that's completely fine, but I want you to connect there, as you can come over to this side now too, because right now that is longer than necessary. And then we've got our apartment complexes are over here now too. These apartment buildings are here. They just have a low education level, and there's no places to go to school for the kids and all those types of things. So we'll need to provide a little school over here too. So how about a small kindergarten over on this side? They can easily walk there. That's no problem. We'll do it over here like this. And then if there's a school, you know, we could put that over, I don't know, like maybe nice if there's a one that's not so long. Yeah, it's just a small school. All right, we'll have a small school. I guess we could put it, I guess, right over here like this. Right next to the depot. Probably fine. And then we'll have this walking path from the school go like this. There you go. Now you have access to the school. And then we could also drive to school if you really need to. We can connect that up like that too. Okay. This should take care of, they should be able to get there, but just in case they can't, I should probably connect this. Let's do, yeah, let's going that direction. Can you go this way? Yeah, like this. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Go right about there with it. Connect that. And then these guys can already get there, but now this should be able to go over that way if they want to. I guess I can allow them to go both directions. It doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, that's fine. And then they can just walk down this road and get to school or get to the kindergarten. All right, good. So this gives us people who can walk to heat, right? That's what we needed, people to walk to heat. So let's take one of those buses, and then instead of going to the Cernakova farm stop, you can now go back over to this stop. I probably should remake this into a proper bus stop instead of this dirt one, just because of the way it looks, right? So I probably should look into doing that as well. Maybe before I switch this out, I'll rebuild it into a proper one, you know? You can pull the walking paths back, right? We have dirt walking paths through here, so we could probably get those to be more finalized. Go something like that with it. Right, we can just rebuild this area to be a bit more permanent. The thing about this rural area is that with everything so spread out, I don't quite know all the time whether or not something I'm doing is going to work with the spacing and everything. Normally, when you just make everything really nice and tight, you can kind of say, okay, yeah, they're definitely close enough. But with everything so spaced out, you can't really be sure if everything is going to be close enough for what you want to do with it. I'm gonna go about like that with it. That's a nice permanent bus stop like that. I won't be able to connect the walking paths, looks like. Maybe I can if I go like this with it. Seems like a bit weird though now. Is it a big deal though? 'Cause, like, this is not that far away. You can totally walk anywhere with this. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It is a little strange though that there's no place to go off like walking path wise. That part is a little weird here. If there's a way to position this to where walking paths are possible, I think I'd like to do that instead. Like if I go right up against this building, give me right up against it. Come on. Like here. Can I have a road? Yeah, like that there, and then here. That's good. And then this walking path should now be able to go... Yeah. Like that. And now at least I have something connected to these walking paths. It just looks a little better to have the sidewalks and stuff going through there, I think. All right. A permanent bus stop in this location to provide workers to fire department and all those other things too, because we need firefighters over there. Okay, so you all know the plan. I'm gonna set up some more housing over in this area to kind of like fill it up, and I think at that point, once we're really good and we can see the essential services and everything for this area is operational, we can start transitioning to maybe putting some more people over on this side. As we proceed with that, hold on, there's a question mark over here. It's annoying me. You're confusing me. Why are you confused? Where are you trying to go? Well, it's because of this track not being built, isn't it? Sure is. You should be able to reach there now, track builders. But you know what? I bet you, same thing has happened before. I'm going to need to tell you to do this because it's just out of your range. Yes, right there. Do that, please. And then once this is done, you can then queue up this. I have to queue this up manually. They'll do multiple track segments, but they won't do it through a building. So the building is like a hard cutoff in their projects. So they'll head out this way and they'll do this really quickly. And then once they're done with this, then I have to tell them to do these two things. But they've got the other side done here. So this is completed aside from a few choice little segments here. And then once they're done with electrification there, we're solid. Did we get this hooked up? Not yet. Still need the power lines hooked up here, but then all these little yellow alerts and stuff should go away once that's done. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your patience and everything. Stuff's gonna happen a little slower on this channel for a little while. It's just life, man. Real life comes first. Family stuff. My kids getting into things after school and stuff, and I gotta get there. So anyway, take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye bye.